we might have people joining us as we go along. I know we're expecting some playback theater artists from different parts of the world. But it's my great pleasure to inaugurate our 5th season of Unrehearsed Futures. We are, woo, 5th season, amazing. We began in the pandemic and we have continued for the following years after the pandemic, still online, hoping at some point to manifest in shared space and time, but still very happy to be online with friends from all over the world. Our new season, our 5th season, is entitled Theater in the Active, New Directions. And as curators, we're really focusing on projects, theory and projects. So we've been very interested in all kinds of discussions, some of them more or less theoretical. We're really interested in the sorts of projects that are actually manifesting here and now. And we're also doing something quite novel, which is we are handing over our sessions to guest curators. So this session, which is entitled Connection, Community, and a New Baltic Playback Festival for the Global Theater Playback Community, is being curated by our friend and colleague, Illia Abeliashev. Hi, Illia, and I'm going to hand it over to him. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping beforehand because it's easier for me to do that. Just to say that Illia will be curating the first 45 minutes of this session, which will be recorded. And then after 45 minutes, we will probably go off recording and we will open up to a more general discussion. But in the meantime, Illia will be curating. So let me hand it over to you, Illia, in Vilnius, Lithuania, and thank you so much for curating this session for us.
Thank you. Thank you. As Amy said, I'm Illia. I'm from Kharkiv, Ukraine, but now I'm from Lithuania, Vilnius, and I'm here for 2 years already because of full-scale invasion. And before that, I was a playback actor, play in Witnesses Theater, documentary theater, and now I'm working more with refugees, with building a community, with serving to people stories, and and trying to be better in different ways of theater, trying to study new things to build community. And today with me here my theater, Lena, Alice, and Hanna. They also playback actresses, and we have a different not different, but big experience in playback theater. I'm playing for 7 years in playback theater and 12 years in another base of theater. And Lena, can you explain about what we will speak on this meeting?
I don't know, maybe only God knows what directly we will speak, but I can point some, spheres what I'm planning to discuss. Of course, we will speak about playback, like what is it, how it's work, with what social groups it can work, like how generally we can use playback. And I see already Radika here, whom I know that she is playbacker. And I already checked that between Radika and Falguni, 24 hours by train, but you are still in the same country. And of course, we will make some networking and discuss how playback world builded, and what institution we have, how playbackers connect with each other, and what our community looks like. Of course, we will speak about our theater and about our projects, what are we doing right now, what we did, and maybe we'll try to look to the future and, I don't know, think what we will do and what we are planning. Alisa, Ilya, check me.
Everything is clear. Also, maybe we can add about projects that we are in, that we were joined as not playbackers, but we are using playback theater methods. So.
Yeah. And as guest keeper, I want to ask about you about what is playback. Can you explain the method? What is it?
So let me try, but correct me if I will be wrong. So playback is type of interactive theater where actors play stories from the audience. So people can come, share their feelings, emotions, situations from their life, and after observe how it looks like on the stage. If we will speak about playback, for me, I can't call playback proper theater because in different, classification, they put it or to applied theater or to social theater or to something else. So it's, some combination of methods, because if we will speak about playback, there was some like methods what was before. And if we will speak about playback, somewhere it's connected with Theater of the Press of Augusto Boal, somewhere it's connected with Pur Theater of Grotowski, somewhere it's connected with Moreno and his psychodram, and these methods they like base off, and on it was like grow playback. And like combine all strengths from these methods and of course all weak parts also, but yeah, they are different. And how we can use playback, generally what we are doing by playback, because if we speak about playback, it can be, for example, open performances for big audience. No, not so big. If I usually speak about audience of playback performance, it's science 50, science even 20. In some cases, it can be small audience if it's closed group, and till 200, more than 200. I usually call it presentation of playback because it's really difficult to carry, this group as a bit psychological group, but it's already some demo, playback demonstration, I call it. And we can play for open audience and just provide people stories, narratives, what's important for them to share right now, like what are they speaking about. It can be some thematic performances. For example, on previous weekend, we played performance about spring. Yeah, not some sharp social topic. Yeah, just spring, people come together. Of course, a lot of sharp social topics rise up when we're speaking about the spring, but yeah, we can call it just, yeah, like open performance. It's like one part. Second part, it's close performances for some social groups, because often we work directly with some inclusive group, with some closed community, with some ethnic community, with some minority who want to work inside of their bubble, for example, who not ready yet to open their voices for like big audiences. And in this case, we can come to this group and work. And sometimes we even work in some projects with group. For example, we worked with group who suffering with narco addiction and worked in special centers where they have rehabilitation, and we come to them and play for them performances and make some kind of like community building for that community. Yeah, it's like second part, working with small group. And third part, we are not so active in it, but for example, if we will speak about Scandinavian playback schools, they are doing it a lot. It's work with corporative sphere, working with businesses, like community building, some, no, more educational stuff, yeah, like how to build team, and like they work from that side. What else I forget, Alisachka? What playback is?
I think everything is clear, and yeah, I think that we can add also about that other theater practitioners, they can use playback theater, playback methods to their groups, to facilitate their groups, or to find other scenarios, other words, other ways of work with the playback theater. It's also not about the full wall performance, but it's about the playback theater methods in rehearsals or in preparations for the theater, other theater performances, more classical. As I know some one Kharkiv theater, NAFTA, they used to one time the playback theater just for their rehearsal.
Yeah, and maybe some words about our theater, about our history, about what we doing here, why we're still working here, and yeah, our goals maybe.
Yeah, I will answer this. So, long story short, in 2022, in 18th of February, our theater, we came to Lithuania for 10 days to give 4 performances. And then on 24th of February, full-scale invasion started. So we just decided that, okay, now we are doing playback in Lithuania. And then I and my theater, we are originally from Kharkiv. We were working in Kharkiv from 2016, yeah, from the 2016. It was started like the teenage club, that started to be a theater accidentally, and yeah, it's another long story. And we were doing different projects about the different sharp and deep themes, and then we were invited to Lithuania to give playback here, because in Lithuania, as we knew at 2021 year, there were no playback. So we came here and we decided that we can, like, in one day, in 1 hour, we decided that, okay, what we can do as playbackers and as Ukrainians. We can do playback theater for refugees, and also we did some online performances for people in Ukraine. So we were working with, and now we are working with refugees and migrants mostly. It's our, like, the main branch of our work. And we have had a lot of projects during these years. In 2022, we played 80 performances, in 1 year. Yeah. So, Lena, can you add about some projects that what we did, or some organizations, or something that I forget?
I want to add a bit about history. I always like to add something about history, because for me, like, it's important, like what was under. Alisa already mentioned that there was a studio long time ago in 2016, but it was not like just studio. It was very big project what we had in Kharkiv with other theater, and we had big rehabilitation center, art rehabilitation center, what we called our center fragments. And this center was pointed on integration and adaptation of IDIPs signed 2014. And that studio, what Alisa mentioned, it was studio for integration of IDIPS teenagers. And what was special for this studio that half of people was local and half was who like evacuated from occupied territories. And our work since beginning was based on that field. So since the start, we worked near the psychologists who work with IDIPs, art therapists who work with IDIPs, and like a lot of stuff. And like these topics always was around us. And when we came to Lithuania and like we already here with all our baggage of this knowledge, how to work with that kind of topic, we understood that we just should to work with refugees here, just should continue our service, just, you know, our main center, what was in Kharkiv, replaced to the Uzhgorod in Ukraine, and we, as a part of project, like moved to Lithuania, and I feel it like long connection between all these projects. And here we continue do what we are doing. So, and about our projects in Lithuania and what was nice, cool, and maybe I can discuss with you somehow. So first, the cool project was Science Beginning. It was started just 1-2 weeks after full-scale invasion, because we, how you already heard, we had a tour. And for first day of war, we had a performance. For third day, we had a performance. For fourth day, we have a performance. And like, but we decided not cancel them and played, and a lot of Lithuanians came and they start share their feelings, thoughts, reflection, what they feel, what is going on inside of them. And it was really cool. And during first week, our work was, to take care about community of Lithuanians who was around us. And after we start very interesting things. So we organized action of solidarity in different cities of Lithuania. Like we organized really a lot of them. We like make a tour on all small cities. And we our member Edis Galvonas, he had conversations with all these governmental institutions and told, okay, let's do that. And they helped us with all this organization. And this action of solidarity was organized and a lot of people was there, and there was a part what really action of solidarity, people with flags, with some lozenges, with some speech. And after that we invited them to playback performance, and all they are with all these emotions, like stories, something what they want to like make alive. They went to performance, and I remember it was maybe fourth day after war started, and we played in a big church, and all church was like like any empty spaces, and everyone sat and cried and shared their stories, and it was so powerful and really understandable that like people need it. People need some place to like just to like let it through, like open. And after that, some time pass, and Ukrainians start come to Lithuania, and very big amount of them. Here we have 70,000 of Ukrainians in Lithuania, what is generally 3 million of people. If you understand percentage, it's like horrible amount. No, not horrible, but it's totally other community. People change, like society change around us, and we started work with Ukrainians, and already we had 1, 2, 3, 4 projects where we play performances for Ukrainian community. It was amazing project with museums, local museums, and we invited Ukrainians there, and it was about, you know, combination of cultures, Lithuanian museum with all Lithuanian culture and Ukrainian community who come to share their stories, like why are they here. After we had amazing performance with musical association where we also played the performances for Ukrainians, and after organized amazing network session where they could meet each other, build new connections, and generally, if ask me what I'm doing here, I'm building networking. It's like my main idea, what I really want, to meet people with each other, like make them see each other. And now we already realized like next project, it's like financed by Culture Helps. It's like organization would support mental help for Ukrainians who are around the globe. And also we like played performances, organized networking, and if speak about our like playback activities, playback performance, it's our like main part for now. And maybe Alisa, you can add about not like straightforward playback activities.
Yeah, about playback, I wanna ask you, yeah, there was a question about languages, what we do. We are playing in English and we playing in Ukrainian. And for international audience, we play in English. And it's more for assimilating people here, because not only Ukrainians, there are many Belarusian people, many people from East who need to feel this connection. Yeah. And can you explain how for audience this method looks? What actors doing on the stage? Why it working? About what it? Yeah, because not everybody understand what is the method. Yeah, maybe it will be clear.
Okay, I will add about IDEEP. IDEEP, it's internally displaced person. It's like the refugee in the country from the city that is now unsafe. IDEEP person is moving to another safe place. So in Kharkiv, we had in 2014 a lot of IDEEP, and now like all the country is like, full of the IDEEP persons from the one part country to another, if we're talking about Ukraine. Also about the language, sometimes Belarusians can tell their stories in Belarusian and we can play in Ukrainian. So it's also about that languages can be mixed, about the multilingual playback. So sorry, I forgot the question. Another.
Ilya asked a bit about methods and about other activities we thought. About methods, I can add a bit maybe, yeah. So what happened? Yeah, what happened during playback performance? Audience come, yeah, and the first conductor like meet them and start performance and explain like where are they, what will happen now, like that here we share our stories, like we not suggest, like not like I don't know, charge someone, I don't know, like, yeah, we just listen, like allow people to share their stories. And during this discussion, as I conductor, it's connected with language topic, always ask who are in the audience, and we can check like representatives from which groups are there. And Ilya told that sometimes we are playing English, sometimes Ukrainian, but usually we are playing all languages together, because very often in audience we have people, for example, who know only English and who know only Ukrainian. And in that situation, we should include both languages to the like reflection, and it's really cool and it's understandable for like both part. And Sometimes we add other languages if we know that people in the audience. Also possible translation, and Lithuanians, they are speak good English, sometimes they are speaking Russian, also good, but sometimes it's really easier to share your story in your native language. Just, not to think how to say it, not block feelings, emotions, and just, share in the language what is close. And for that, we have like Lithuanian who can translate, like sometime if we need translation from Ukrainian to English, we translate like that. So uh, play enactment on different languages, but sharing of the story on language what comfortable for the teller. It's really important for me. So, and conductor like explain what is going on after invite actors. They show small like opening, like small presentation, like share maybe their names or short their stories, like what they bring with them, a bit activate audience, like, just pull to them small topics, and also just open it and make it theatrical and raise some trust, because when you know who are on the stage, what name of that person, what story behind she or he, it's easier to share the story. And after that, when actors share their story, I ask at first in audience, like, how are you now? And people can share, like, what do they feel after this opening, or generally maybe they wet after the rain outside, or they was hurry up, or, people can share just what they brought with them. And we play few just short reflections. And after that, we already go into the deeper stories, because if we are doing everything okay, trust rise up and people ready to share something bigger, something already dramatic, something where already maybe can be some difficult moments, difficult feelings, like situations, and because we are working with refugees here, a lot of difficult feelings come like with these stories, and we are playing near 1.5 hours. Generally, it's plus minus 10 stories. And after that, we make like tableau, final form, where we just remember all stories, no, like in some theatrical form, not like I just remember, but playing it somehow. And after that, we have some time always to speak with audience, maybe to come to a teller, to say them thank you for the sharing of the story, maybe, be together, because how I usually say that main like activity happened after performance, when people already know each other, when they share their stories, and maybe someone who wasn't so brave on performance to come to a chair and share, story like in front of all audience. It's difficult for teller time to time that people they can share their stories like during these after performance discussions, and it's also like important for me. So it's about methodology, yeah, how it's going on. Maybe like different theaters in different countries, they can have their like something special. Yeah, we are flexible, but generally it's plus minus like that.
Yeah, there is questions in chat, but I ask them a little bit later. And yeah, you said about community. Yeah, about community, how the method to help to build community. What help you to build this community? What is the biggest goals, and about what are you doing? Yeah, can you tell about it?
I or Alice? I'm here from my side, but I'm understand. Okay. So I can say just from my point of view, but for me, playback, it's already community. If they're speaking about playback, if they're speaking about Ukrainian playback, it's very important for me that it's like we have playback community, yeah, itself. And I feel how it help. I feel how it support. I feel what does it mean. And when you have people everywhere around you who share your values, who share your methods, who share something, you know, what important. And like by understanding that, I understand how important to have group, to have a safety space, to have, you know, someone to whom you can come, ask your, I don't know, some painful moments, like share something, some your happiness even, and inside of your community, your happiness will be more understandable than in any other community because they really know what does it mean. And it's cool. And in Ukraine, we grow our community near, like, first playback theater was in 2000 to 000, and after that, for like 20 years, we built 50 theaters. It's totally huge amount. It's I don't know. We was like crazy folks. We grow like an exponent. And somehow in process of this exponent, I saw bigger community. It's like international playback community. So like I grown enough and so international playback community that our small group, it's a part of bigger group. And if we speak about international community, there is uh, like two main association. It's International Playback Theatre Network, what is responsible for network between different playbackers around the globe, and they organize international playback conference once in 4 years, and last was in South Africa just 5 months ago. So like we are a bit late. And they organize it every 4 years, like, and also they organize European playback gathering, like in Europe when playbackers meet. It's like their deal, and they also do a journal, what Radica redact even, yeah, and like do a lot of stuff like that. And also there is other like organization, it's Center of Playback Theater, what responsible for education, because somehow we should teach playback actors and make like them possible to play normally, not re-traumatize, to do it correct under the method, and CPT responsible for teaching. And CPT, it's like center, and CPT has like daughter schools, like affiliated schools, which located everywhere also around the globe. For now 21 school or something near that. Yeah, and they are also in different continents, in different countries. I will share links for IP10, for CPT, and on the site you can check like where, with whom you can connect, how. And because I was blessed to know all these things about community, about all these people around the globe, when we came to Lithuania, I just start ask people around me, what are you doing? What is going on there, or here, or here, or here, or here? And in Latvia, very near to us, there is also experienced playbackers, and a woman from Latvia, she just finished leadership and was really interested in formation of Baltic school, Baltic Playback School, and they already sent documents for verification. I don't know it's finished or not, but in process, how I understand. No, but we already, like make next step and try to make a school and some center around Baltic countries. Uh, Boom. So network save us, totally save us network. But it's not only connection with playbackers. Also, we have amazing Baltic Applied Theatre School, like who also our friends, and they are not only about playback, but it's about some communication. And also, it's like, yeah, by very bad reason. But Ukrainians, they are everywhere right now. Like, if I want to do a project somewhere, I always can find Ukrainian who are there. And after that, make a project. So it's a really sad reason why it happened, but it's what we have for now. Yes, that we had big community. It was spread around the globe, and what we can do, we can support each other and make common projects and try to do the best what we can. Like,
Yeah, and I want to ask about side projects, what you doing, and maybe after that about plans for future, about already projects what you are doing or you are writing or what you trying to find connection with. Yeah. Yeah.
You're talking about the festivals, or it's about Ilya?
About festivals, about another ways of theater, what are important for building community, about people's stories. Yeah.
Okay, I will tell about the projects that are not only about the playback, and so the playback theater is the theater of the stories. That's the important thing, that playback theater, it's about every story can be heard. Also, it can be fun story, and it can be a really sad story that can crush our hearts. And the important thing that the playback theater, it's like the safe space to share stories. So in the beginning of the performance, sometimes we are talking about that if you heard the story on the performance, just don't tell another person that wasn't on the performance about this story, like directly. That, okay, I saw David on the performance who said the story about psychiatry or something about, I don't know, violence. I don't know, just a random story. So we just can tell that there was a story about the victims of violence, or about refugees from the occupation, like in this way. Or we can talk about this on our supervision sessions. Sometimes we can also have this like psychologists, but like playback actors with other more experienced playback actors. So also playback theater, like the method of the stories, theater method of the stories, we can use in documental theater, as we used in our project Displaced Life. Also, I used it when I was in Spain. Sometimes you don't need words. You can hear the story, translate it, but then you can give it to the audience just with the small amount of the words and with your body, or with the metaphor. The important thing that what is happening between actors and audience, between the audience. It's the thing about what Lena also told already, about the community, that playback as the community. Also, we were given the playback theater in the opening of the exhibitions, or we had some cinema experience. So, like, playback theater widely spread in the different ways of the not only theater arts. Yeah. So the stories can be different and they can be given in different way. Yeah. So Lena, can you tell about the plans?
Yeah, I can tell about the plans, and I shared all links, what like in one big pill together in a chat, and also I added contacts. Unfortunately, Taryn, who is from South African community, she can't join us, and she apologized and sent her contacts and contacts of theater. I also put it in the chat, so if you will need it, you can use it. And about plans, plans continue to build the communities, and somehow what I feel that festivals doing it the best. No, it's really the best way to build community, bring them together, make some common activities, you know, share their stories, make some common exercises and so on. So we have festivals line, and first festival will be in Ukraine. It's Ukrainian Playback Festival, what already going on since 2016, if I'm correct. Yeah, since 2016, every year, even during pandemic and after full-scale invasion, every year we are organizing a festival, and on June will be festival in Ukraine for Ukrainians, and maybe some foreigner trainers can come, and it's cool, you know, to meet there. Next step will be in Poland. It's in September. We will have festival in Poland for Ukrainian community around the globe who can meet in Poland. And no, generally, if we speak about refugees in Poland, the biggest amount of them, and playback refugees also, we have there like very big group. And we will invite our friends from everywhere and they will come. And also we invite international trainers, you know, just to show that we are alive, we are near you. We continue our practice not only in Ukraine, because Ukrainian playbackers, they organized already, I don't know how many studios, just, you know, like experienced playbacker who is not trainer yet, who can't teach like officially. They can't stop doing playback. They are a bit, you know, like active in it, and they like gather people around them and start leading just theatrical studio with methods of playback. And we have plenty of these 1.5, 2 years playback studios from new people, and no, from Ukrainians who are like everywhere around, and we also want to bring them together and, you know, somehow support them and teach a bit also, because like, yeah, not always you can find a good trainer near you, not always you can find a good teacher, and sometimes people should invite teacher from far away, far away, far away, far away. And after that, already for 2025, we are planning Baltic Festival, when we will be like strictly sure with school and with everything. We should say about that loudly. And it's cool idea to have a Baltic Playback Festival. So we have like 3 festivals in the plan. And of course, our projects continue, like we continue to playback performances, open rehearsals, and we have small hope it's really difficult for us, but I believe in it. I want Lithuanian playback theater, like I want playback theater in Lithuania, what consists from Lithuanians, because when Ukrainians are on the stage, like in front of Lithuanians, usually they share stories about support, about hope, about some social context, like we can't like step from it. And they will not share with me story like I don't know how someone's boss arguing on him, or like someone I don't know arguing with a partner or something like that. But it's really important stories like for that community, and I want them also to be heard. And I understand that it will be really difficult, like me as Ukrainian, to build the Lithuanian group, but like I believe that I can try as minimum.
Thank you, thank you. In 1 minute, we will stop the recording of this part. Yeah. We forgot to speak about that many activities, we are doing the studying, we are teaching playback. Lena is a teacher of playback in Lithuania. She one of who ended the leadership program. Is the highest level of playback participant, and she can teach. And now it's a big part of how to find the grants to give a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
thank
English,
you.
sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Like it's not like because for now I just finished a basic course on playback, like it was education course for Ukrainians, and I had amazing group of Ukrainians what came from Poland, from Germany, from Lithuania, from Spain, like a lot of Lithuanians from different countries who like was meet together and get like basic course. And yeah, it's really difficult to do it like in commercial side, because refugees it's low income group, and because of that we are applying for grants and trying to do the best. But how it's not always so fast and like but we are working on it, yeah, and hope that more will be.
Thank you. And we have a few questions from chat. Can I read them or yeah. One more time, sorry for my English. I will try to read this words. What has been one of your biggest epiphancies? Sorry, while you practicing playback? Yeah, what is for you this? Because the next are like helping you to answer, but I wanted to ask you what is for you the biggest ценность? I'm sorry. Can you answer? Цінність того, чим ви займаєтесь. Ну, що для вас найбільше досягнення? Що в собі
Yeah, I
знайшли?
understand. Yeah, I understand this question also about that on Sunday I was asking the participants of the basic course because I was filming the interview also. So I asked them about this. So for me, one of the important thing it's community really. I can just find the community in the wall of the world, and the tolerance maybe, and the safe space for me in my body. Because the playback theater, playbacker, says yes for everything. So just there are no mistakes. It's just the case. So maybe for me, like the person who always need to have a high level, I don't know, high level things like diplomas, for me it was one of the important things. Yeah, community and the safe space without mistakes, because there are no mistakes. Yeah. Lena?
You want my moment also? The most important moment? Mm. I'm not sure that it's the most important moment, but for now I feel it like that. It's just story, you know, it's red line of our meeting, and I sure that if I will share the most important moment on the next meeting, it will be other moments, not that. But I remind one project, what we called a country by the children's hands. It was in Ukraine, and we also brought children from, like we call it, gray line. It's place what not controlled by any country, and it like in this place is very active like war situation. And children unfortunately live there. And we had a big project when we like bring them together, pack in the bus and come with the bus to Kharkiv, and had a full day in the zoo with clowns, with theatrical activities, with something else. And I remember how we played playback for them. Usually playback not used for children younger than 12 because it's difficult for them to have this metaphorical thinking. And we knew about that, and we had like all zoo of children, like science 5 till 9. And our conductor just asked the children, whom you saw in the zoo, like who is your favorite animal? And they screamed something, and we just started be these animals, and you know, it was totally celebration of life, you know. And now lions, and now penguins, you know, start like playing with children, and it was about some magic, you know, about being together, about playing together, about having something common, even if you have horrible experience, even if you have, you know, a lot of pain inside, and like, you know, your story now, it's just to suffer, some place to just, you know, like breathe out and be together and have a fun, because playback it's not only about heavy stories, it's also about fun, it's also about art, it's also about beauty, and this chance to bring beauty to places where it's needed, it's really important for me. Yeah.
Okay, now we need to stop the record. Yeah.